And rest in peace, Mr. Village. All those things. When he wanted a player, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know if you can hear me out there, folks.
And I don't know if you know, a couple years back, before Stamkos signed his new contract, they were trying to bring Steen back to Detroit. And the Illich family's very loyal to Detroit. So they approached Ken Holland and they said, hey, we want you to go upstairs with Jimmy.
Try that. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. How we doing out there? Can you hear us? Check 1 2. If you can hear us, we will get going shortly. Our guests have been very patient with us. I'm going to see if I can switch right over to awesome. All right, we got 2 minutes. Finally working. Come on over, Ben. 2 minutes.
Hello? Can you hand me my headphone? There we go.
Check, checky, make check, check.
This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Live from Peach Time Out in the heart of Times Square. You're listening to Beach Talk Radio with Kim and Ed Ryan.
And a good almost afternoon, everybody, and welcome to episode number 221. Well on our way to 250 toward 5,000 or 1,000 shows.
And you tripped at the finish line.
It's been such a lovely morning so far with the
Yeah.
storm first
Yeah.
and then the laptop second, but enough about that. Before we get rolling, we have a great lineup of guests today, dear, and we want to thank all of our
Do
sponsors
tell.
that make the show and the newsletter and the website possible, and that includes Sun Palace Vacations, Fort Myers Realty, Fort Myers Tiki Tours, Nervous Nellies, Mangaritas, State Insurance USA, La Ola Restaurant, Coastal Vacation Properties, Tuckaway Cafe, Beach Pottery, Shuckers, the Farmers Market at the Beach Baptist, which is on hiatus until October, Island Carts FMB, JPS Vacation Rentals, and of course, our home base for nearly 1,000 episodes, Peach Time Out. Joining us and waiting patiently all morning for
Yes.
just a short stint on the show. I saw you feverishly texting probably your wife saying this idiot can't get his equipment to work.
I was just checking on the dog that was here last time, making
Yes.
sure that he was okay. But yes, I should have been texting the wife.
Yeah. Ben from Tuna Skin is here. And Ben, before you unveil something that I kind of begged you for, you
Very
Shameless.
subtly.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, right.
Very
Yeah,
subtly.
because that's him, subtle.
you do
Mr.
have
Subtle.
something coming up in July. Tell us about
we
that.
do. We have our Grouper Grapple offshore fishing tournament benefiting Healing Through the Outdoors and the Jeff Sommer Memorial Scholarship at Estero High School. And that is going to be July 14th, 15th, and 16th. If you guys are still looking to sign up, we have early registration still available till the 26th of July. After that, it's going to be a little bump in
June.
price. Just kidding. June.
June.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She's on top of it. 26th of June, and then we'll have our regular registration open from the 26th up until our captain's meeting on the 14th.
Awesome.
Can you tell us how, real quickly, I know, the Mid-May Mayhem.
I'm actually wearing the Mid-May Mayhem shirt right now. We had a great turnout for our Mid-May Mayhem. We had 42 teams, so we had 84 participants in
Wow.
it. It was teams of 2. And everybody had a great time. The fishing was a little slow for the day. A lot of people were catching trout in the morning. We got everybody out right before the sun peaked over the horizon, and everyone was catching trout for the first couple hours. You saw it kind of wean off for about a half hour, and then the snook started hitting on the beach. So we were getting some really good pictures in, and our big winners, they didn't win first place, but they won the junior division, and they won biggest fish for a 38-inch snook.
Wow.
Which was 38. No, it was a 40-inch snook, I believe. But they won
Wow.
they won a $250 gift card for Tuna Skin. The team split $250 cash, and the biggest fish won a custom spinning rod made by J Boogie Custom Rods here on Fort Myers Beach.
Wow.
So they were our big winners. They didn't win the first thing, but they won the most, and it was really exciting to have the
Awesome.
youth come out and kind of
Conquer.
take on and
Yeah.
conquer. Yeah.
Did you see the alligator that was in the on the beach?
Not personally, but I did see it on your social media and on your website.
It was crazy.
That's crazy.
The last week we had a picture of the alligator. People were kind of following it all the way around the Gulf here, or as Jim Adderholt likes to say, the ocean. And then the pictures of the stingrays.
Yeah.
I mean, people love to see
those cow-nosed rays. They come and it's beautiful, especially if you've never seen it before.
They're like a giant school of those things. And do they?
It's a school or a pod. I'm not really sure.
I don't know what stingrays go by.
Yeah.
Are they like crows in a murder?
There you go. Who knows?
Who knows? We'll have to look that up.
Okay,
That's a bunch of crows,
Yeah.
right? It's a murder of crows.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's like a school
a
of
gaggle.
fish. Is
like a
I
gaggle
didn't
of
know
geese,
that. I
a
didn't know
murder of
that.
crows.
I'm not very smart. She calls me dumb number one at home.
Well, then who's dumb number 2?
He's
I
sit-
guess
he's
it's the
sitting
one
right.
who married him.
Oh,
He's sitting right over there at the table, Steve.
nice.
Well, Ben, can you bring us some gifts?
I can. Last time I was on the show about a month ago talking about our mid-May mayhem, you ever so subtly said, we don't have any tuna skin shirts. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Know what I mean? And I went, maybe I think I'm picking up on something. Maybe we should get them some tuna skin shirts. So we got you guys.
Uh-oh. Debbie said it's a fever of stingrays.
Fever of
I had-
stingrays.
I think she made
Very
that up.
nice.
I think she made
So
that
we
up.
got you
Here, hold
guys.
his microphone.
We had a couple options because I reached out to you and you gave me some images.
Yeah.
And I figured you specifically would not want to walk around with a shirt with him and you on it and you doing this thing. So we went with Beach Talk Radio.
Yeah.
On the
Very
front
nice.
And on the back. And we have long and short sleeve shirts for both of you.
Wow.
And so
I don't like the
we were
long
just
sleeve
talking
shirts.
earlier
Oh,
that you
I love the long
desperately
sleeve ones.
needed one when you went kayaking last weekend. So
Very nice.
those are yours.
Wow.
Here, I'll take my mic back.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
And that is your short sleeve.
All
and
right.
You've got your long
Is
sleeve.
it a small?
here.
I like a small shirt is best
Very
for me.
small. It
Thank
shows
you.
off the muscles.
Do they shrink? Very
They
nice.
do not shrink at all. And these are done by our
And they say
custom
tuna skin on the
department.
side. I'll just have to use a marker to rub that out.
Oh,
A
stop.
Sharpie.
So I was asking you about the SPF stuff. Can you explain how that works with your shirts?
Yeah, so you had asked, just to reiterate for those that weren't in our private conversation before we went live, she had asked me about the SPF or UPF protection in our shirts, and is it 50? They see a lot of 50 around. Ours are actually 35, but the 50s you see a lot of manufacturers, they add stuff to it
Right.
to give it more. They add stuff to the fibers to give it more UPF protection. Unfortunately, it washes out.
Right.
So they say it'll take roughly 40 washes for it to wash out, but it is significantly washed out after the first one. So ours is a 35 continual UPF SPF protection, and it's based on the tightness of the weave that
I was
allows
trying
the
to
sun's
see it.
rays to get through. And a tightness of the weave will always be the tightness of the weave. It will never wash out. So it's always 35 plus until it is simply like some of my shirts that I've had for 5-6 years. They get downgraded. The new shirts are the ones I wear to work. And then from there, 3 years later, they end up being the shirts that I wash the car or mow the yard in.
Got
and
it.
then they get downgraded to the ones that, nobody wants to see. And then they're the ones that you literally wash the car with.
Got it.
So it will be continually 35 for the life of your
This-
shirt.
Or the life of the show.
The life
Which-
of the show.
Whichever comes first.
Now, could be 1,000, could
It
be
could be
250,
1,000,
could
yeah.
be less.
If you get to 500, I'll get you some more shirts.
Oh,
Okay,
very
there
cool.
you
And
go.
that'll be halfway to 1,000. Right.
There you go.
Close by,
Some would
close
think,
to that number.
yes.
Well, Ben, thanks so much for
Thank
you
sitting,
so
sitting
much.
in the bullpen here waiting for Kim to figure out the equipment. And always thank you for coming on. And again, the tournament is July.
July 14th, 15th, and 16th.
And
Go
is it-
to groupergrapple.com and you can get all the information, all the rules. You can see some of our live and silent auction offerings. And you can get all the rules. You can sign up through there or go to tunaskin.com or follow Grouper Grapple on social media, Instagram, Facebook, or Tunaskin, and
Is
we'll
it-
have links to
Is it Grouper Grapple or Grouper Grappler?
Grouper
Grapple.
Grapple.
Okay,
as if
Grouper
to
Grapple. All right.
grapple
Like-
with the
Gotcha.
grouper.
Gotcha.
Like
All
a
right.
wrestling thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
You
Ben.
guys enjoy.
Have a
All right,
great
thank
day.
you so much.
All right, our next guests are from the Royals. I feel like I'm rushing through
I
things,
know,
but
and
I
I'm getting
feel
one. I'm
bad.
going to get one of those.
I
Hats
feel bad
next time. I
for.
like those
Thank
hats.
you,
Come
Ben, for coming on. Our friends from Royal Scooper here. We might need to get closer together because the camera. We want to make sure we pick up everybody. Less of me and more of Kristen. Jeff and Kristen. Kristen's
You're gonna
not
have to
even in the
turn it.
picture. Steve, can you help us out here and pull that camera back? So there we go. I don't know what's going on, but that's perfect.
go.
That's perfect. Thank you. Jeff and Kristen from the Royal Scoop, which is located next to the Tuckaway Cafe on Estero Boulevard. You also own a fudge shop in over in Gulf Coast, right, Jeff?
Yes, sir. So we this past year, November 1st of 2021, we were had the opportunity to purchase Gulf Coast Fudge Company. and we are in Southwest Florida, Lee and Collier counties. So we have one store in Cape Coral at the Tarpon Point Marina over there by Pinchers. We have another store in North Fort Myers at the Shell Factory, which is a great one. That's where we make all the fudge. And then we have a third store in downtown Fort Myers next to Capone's restaurant. And that's right between the Luminary and the Capone's restaurant.
Great. And how did you get into ice cream and fudge? I mean, that's a dumb question, I know, but I'm the dumb.
Everybody wants to be an ice cream and fudge.
Ice cream is fun. We sell smiles. We have an incredible staff.
We sell smiles too.
Yeah.
Every Saturday morning, usually.
You sell some frowns every once in a while.
The thing that happens is when you change your routine, everything goes astray. Like the Pete's didn't want to open this morning because of the storm. It makes sense. Nobody's coming out because of the rain. It was crazy this morning. It's so nice out now and it's crowded here.
It's beautiful.
But changing the show from 9 to 11, like I was up at the normal time and I'm wandering around the house like, what the hell am I going to do for 2 hours? And then you come here and usually takes 3 hours to set up, or and then the computer doesn't work, and then you just feel like crying. I felt like crying. So if you could sell me a smile, that'd be nice.
There you go. Well, you have to eat some ice cream then.
We have
well, I think we can arrange that.
And I think we have arranged that.
Yes, you came with the goods today.
Yep. So we brought some samples for you and some stuff. We brought some product for the folks here at Pete's as well as for you guys. Let me
tell you a quick story. When I was growing up on Long Island, they used to have this place called Baskin Robbins. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Their interview, not yours.
The coolest thing they ever did at Baskin Robbins was you would go in and buy ice cream, and then they would register you to win a baseball, or I think it was a baseball. And back in the day when I was somewhat athletic, I played baseball, and it was the coolest thing when they pull your name out in the ice cream store and you won a baseball.
Sure.
Like an actual baseball?
It was an actual,
not like an ice cream cake?
No, it was an actual baseball, which I thought was, you see now, I can't remember anything that happened last month, but I can remember that because they sold me a smile and a baseball.
Absolutely.
There you go. There you go.
But I was a fat kid. I mean, I'd eat ice cream all the time. I probably went in there 7 days a week to try and win that friggin' baseball.
Right.
So do you guys do any fun promotions like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have.
I was waiting for that segue. Like, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, we do. We have actually names of the day. So we pick a male name and a female name of the day, and it's all random. We're sitting around in the morning, and you say a name you want, you say a name you want, and we make a decision.
You don't get in trouble, male and female names, and any confusion like that, or
no, sir. We keep track. We do when we do popular names, and they get a free scoop of ice cream, and we do that daily.
Nice.
In the off season, we try to change it up a little different. We'll do maybe like by addresses or for some of the local people on the island.
I see.
So that's coming soon. But we have 52 flavors here down on our beach store.
Now, how did you come up with 52?
52. That's all we can fit. We would have 60 if we could fit any more.
So 52 is just because it'd be a code violation at 53 or something like that.
Yeah, we'd have to eat too much of it.
What do you think's your most unusual flavor?
Unusual flavor? You got any input on that?
Probably the orange pineapple.
Orange pineapple.
I think that's a little unusual.
Yeah.
Another
not
thing
a typical one.
Another thing that sidetracked me this morning too. When I got up, I had a migraine headache,
There
like you wouldn't believe, and it's like everything was one thing right on top of another. I prefer routine.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's your routine flavor?
Yeah. What's your routine flavor?
We have a race that we're running tomorrow, so we've brought she'll eat ice cream any hour of the day, but I'm trying to not. I'm trying to not show up to the race bloated or have the runs or anything. Not that your ice cream would give me the runs, but I can't put anything different in my body than I have been getting ready for the race.
Thank you so much for joining for your interview, because somehow pretty soon none of us are going to be able.
What's going on here?
I bet you never thought this interview would lead to somebody saying they might have.
No.
So one of the other things I believe, aren't you guys sponsoring the reading with the library, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So there you go.
Why are they calling you ma'am? They both called you ma'am.
Because they're very polite, unlike you. Okay, go ahead.
There's a lot of people watching
when we had the
have been
library
to your place, like a lot of compliments and a lot of.
Well, that's really nice. We
Royal
appreciate it.
Scoop
And we also have a shout out to our employees, right? That are watching right now and listening. Thank you so much for all of your guys' support. We couldn't be where we are without you.
Do you want to mention their names, or do you just want to make it?
Well, there's 30 something,
There's
and I would hate to
out.
lose or miss anybody, but we have an incredible staff both at the Gulf Coast Fudge Company
and
as well as Royal Scoop.
Did you inherit that name, or did you come up with it?
So
Royal
the
Scoop?
Royal Scoop. So the short version is that the Royal Scoop store on Fort Myers Beach was here for approximately 8 years.
Okay.
And the former owner, Dennis and Wanda, Dennis had passed away.
Okay.
And so then Wanda kept it going for a year or so, and then she was really tired and just emotionally withdrawn. And so it was funny because we were down here looking to buy a marina in Fort Myers Beach. Never been here before. We were looking to buy a marina.
And
I see how
it
that's
didn't go.
related.
And so a gentleman called me and he says, "Hey, how about an ice cream store?" And I said, "Are you kidding me?
You're crazy.
I eat ice cream. That's all I know about ice cream."
But back up a second now.
Yes,
Jeff.
sir.
You wanted to buy a marina.
A marina. We wanted to get into the marine business.
Yeah.
In Michigan, the marine business is only for half the
Which
year.
is where we're from.
Or a little bit less. And that's where we're from. And so we could do it all year long.
Yeah.
Down here.
Beautiful
Don't wave,
sorry
don't
about
wave
that.
the microphone at me like
Don't wave
that.
it
It's some kind of. So so a couple things you said brought questions to my mind. Like Kwame Kilpatrick, ring a bell to you?
I have no idea who he is.
Mayor of Detroit.
Little bit.
You're
Yes,
crazy.
yes,
Oh, you
yes,
do know who he
yes,
is.
yes.
The other thing is like, how much would a marina cost on Fort
It
Myers
just
Beach?
depends on the.
Give me a rough
size.
idea.
It just depends.
Like,
It
what were
depends
you
on the
willing
size.
to spend? What were you willing to spend?
$1.
I see. Good answer. Good answer.
There you go. Good.
Thanks,
You
Ben.
prepared. Thank you
for
so
the
much.
shirts.
So anyway, so
you
long,
bought an ice
anyway-
cream
long
store.
No,
story
let him
short,
finish
I
the
see.
story
he
about
asked
the
if we were
name.
interested in an ice cream store. We said, "Are you kidding me? We don't know nothing about ice cream." And we kind of sat down with the owner, had a little conversation. At the end of it, she wrote down on a piece of paper what she needed. I talked to her, we shook hands, and I said, "Hey, I need to go call my wife because I got to make sure it's okay with her because she wasn't here with me."
Wow.
And the answer I got on the phone was, "Are you crazy?
Crazy?
What?" And so, anyways, long story short, it worked out really great.
Yep.
We love it. We love Fort Myers Beach. We love the Florida
Community.
area. The community's been great. We do support the schools,
Yes.
and we get
Library.
requests daily, whether it's the Gulf Coast Fudge Company or with Royal Scoop
To sponsor.
the sponsors. And we felt that the education of the children with the schools, the beach elementary, as well as with the learn to read program and the reading program
was really important.
Absolutely. And we also do some stuff with Fort Myers schools, Fort Myers South as well, where two of our boys go.
Yep.
But the Gulf Coast Fudge Group, we're looking to develop that. They're incredible people as well. I mean, they've been with the same owners for many years. So now here comes a new family of owners.
Yep.
They knew nothing about us. They believed in us, and we believe in them.
Yep.
They're awesome. Every day, we do not have to worry about the stores being open, about the incredible service.
Yep.
And our goal and we want you to feel like we've known you for 20 years. When you
I
come
feel
in
that
the
way
store.
today.
that
I
door.
feel that way today.
We want you to be comfortable. You can
Yeah.
come in, you can sit down, you can change the TV station here at Royal Scoop. You can
Yeah.
come into any of our stores in Gulf Coast and feel the warmth and the care of people that realize you're on vacation.
Yeah.
Now, do you have like banana splits, or are you just scoops of ice?
Absolutely.
You're doing the whole like root beer floats, the
Absolutely.
whole thing,
Correct.
the whole offering.
So we make an incredible rum raisin bread pudding. And it's
Oh.
rum raisin bread pudding has won awards. It was the best taste on the beach. We make it from scratch. It's fantastic. I totally invite you to get down there.
I'll have
But
to
we do
try that.
everything from freezies, which is a sorbet, which would not give you diarrhea, as you
I
said
see.
it. Right?
Thank
Like
you.
that.
Can't have
Because that's dairy free.
Dairy free.
Mhm.
And we have sorbets, we have sundaes, we have ice creams, floats.
What is the
Scoopacinos.
what is the average calorie count in one of your ice cream?
Oh, it's all
cones?
calorie free.
Yep.
It's
I
all
see.
calorie free. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Really healthy for you.
Healthy,
Bananas,
great.
you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
our
you
banana
got your
splits
fruit
are
in there.
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Maraschino cherries. It all counts.
So how long have you two
Protein.
been married?
Oh,
29 years.
There's a little bit of a delay there.
Yeah, well,
29 years.
yeah.
Seems like a
We just had an
lifetime.
anniversary.
I see. You snuck that one in there.
So
Yeah.
what year did you get married?
Yeah.
May 24th, 1993.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where in Detroit?
Where did we get married?
Actually,
No,
we got married in Miami.
Very nice.
on a
Yes.
cruise. It's when you
We
didn't
had a
do
cruise
cruise
ship.
ship weddings.
I see.
Cruise ship wedding.
And you have your own
Ah.
kids, or
We have 5 boys together, ranging
together, or
Together.
like
Yeah.
like you've had them together?
together.
Is that what you mean?
Yes, sir.
I
It was
see.
painful.
I'm definitely not a sir. 5 boys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stop
Wow.
saying sir.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Ed.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, that's a horse joke, but I could take
Yeah,
it.
it is.
Bum, bum.
I have a
The
thick
horse,
skin.
the
I
horse,
can
the
take
course, the course.
it. So how old are the boys?
So our oldest one will be 25 this year.
25.
Yep.
Yeah.
Graduated.
What
from-
does he do? Forget the other 4. What does the 25-year-old
Oh,
do?
He
Stop.
graduated from college this past year.
Ah, very
I know
nice.
you
Quick
know
talks,
that.
yeah.
He's involved with the business as well.
Yeah. Does he have a steady girlfriend?
Not yet.
I see.
Not yet.
So if our
Okay.
All right.
Stop.
I
Okay.
won't do that.
And then our number 2 is getting
Got a
his master's.
She doesn't let me have any
Matchmaker
fun.
here.
And what is in what?
He's getting his master's. I'm not sure what he decided. I think executive business. I
Yeah,
think it
something like
was.
that.
And he's still up in Michigan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then our number 3, Noah works. Well, I probably shouldn't have said his name, but that's okay. Works
It's
at
okay for us. I don't know if it's
Uh-huh.
okay for her.
he works
You
at
have
the
to
Royal
deal with
Scoop
that.
down here on the beach.
Yep.
Oh,
And then number 4 and 5 are juniors. Actually, they're seniors now, as of yesterday.
Yep.
And
At South
they
Fort Myers.
work.
Are they twins?
Yes, they are.
Oh, nice.
We tried for
Yes.
a girl and we got twin boys. How do
Are
you
they
like them
identical or
apples?
fraternal?
Fraternal, but
Okay.
Fraternal.
when you
they'll
say you
confuse
tried for a girl,
Yes, sir.
what do you
Well,
mean
because
by
they
that?
had 3 boys,
boys.
and so they wanted
Was
a
there
girl.
did you do something? Never mind. Now, when you had twins, was that more painful than?
Yes, sir, it was.
I see. Okay. Why?
They were
were-
fantastic.
They're
They were
incredible.
You
so
must
They
have
are
been
a
though,
joy.
like surprised. Like,
yes, we were very surprised.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think he about
Happy.
fainted or threw up when I
About
told
Yeah.
him.
fainted.
So what do we got here? Let's
Oh,
get
do you want
into
me to
the-
go get-
Absolutely.
Let's get into the goods here.
So let's
Steve
talk
might have to
about-
come over and
I'll hold your mic.
do you
gonna
want
hold
me?
mine?
Do you need me to get the bag out, or that's?
Let's do this
can.
first.
Let's do this
oh,
first.
they
So,
have
Okay.
lots of stuff,
we
folks.
brought
So
you some
stay
treats
tuned for this. 'cause
from
you're-
our
boy.
Gulf Coast Fudge Company store.
right.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
Little plug. If
That's
okay.
at the Gulf Coast Town Center, which
No.
is
No.
oh
No.
sorry.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Where's
Shell
that?
Tarpon?
Factory.
Oh.
Shell Factory, North
Tarpon?
Fort Myers, downtown Fort Myers, next
Okay.
to Capone's.
There's nothing at the Gulf Coast Town Center.
no, sir.
Oh, I got
Just
that
the name.
confused. My
Just the
bad.
name.
In
It's
the-
Gulf Coast Fudge. It's
Gulf
not.
Coast Fudge
Yes.
Company. Yep.
So
And the shelf. I mean,
shelf.
how long have they? The Shell Factory. I mean, it's big up there.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I can attest to that because I've been up there, and it's
Mhm.
that's a thing that people really.
Yes.
Besides all the other amazing
The
things at
treats
the
and
Shell
biscuits,
Factory,
right,
but,
right,
the,
right,
but
right.
the
Yep.
fudge is a big deal. Go
the
ahead.
The bird reminded me of the story from.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
yes,
to tell
this
that.
morning.
Not
All right,
with-
so go
not-
ahead.
So our
I'll write
fudge we
that
make
down.
there, we do it the old-fashioned way. We use a copper kettle. We heat it to 237 degrees
Oh,
Fahrenheit,
fudge in a copper kettle
Yes.
is the best.
and we
Yes.
hand roll it on marble.
Yep.
Our fudge maker Nancy has been doing it forever, and it's been here in South Fort Myers for 80 years, and it actually originated from a little island in northern Michigan called Mackinac Island.
Hmm.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's where the recipe came from. We do not use preservatives. We do not use oils. We do not use butter. And what's the other thing? Preservatives, oils, butter.
Sounds like
It's
you're
very
taking all
healthy.
the fun out of it.
It's very healthy.
It's very healthy. So when you go to your doctor, you can say you eat healthy fudge.
That's right.
All
We
right.
brought you some fudge. We brought
Okay.
you a mixture of fudge. We brought you a mixture of our treats that we make at our Tarpon Point location in Cape Coral.
Oh man.
So we've got everything from s'mores
Break
to
it out
choc-
there,
All
Jeffy.
right, all
Come on.
right.
People want to see the fudge.
Some of our taffy.
Oh, taffy, dear, you got to
Some
eat a
of
lot of that
our-
before the race tomorrow.
You both
Chocolate
get a bag
covered.
of these, so don't worry.
Yep.
So we're good.
Wow.
Some of
My.
our pretzels.
After your guys'
chocolate
run
covered
tomorrow.
pretzels,
I'm
white
gonna
and
make sure I-
chocolate. Oh
So we're
man,
gonna
these
make
are
sure-
my.
Oreos and Nutter Butters.
I'm going to make sure Adderholt has a whole bucket load of these before the
Yeah.
race
And then we
tomorrow.
brought you a couple samplers in each box.
Of
Wow.
the
Turtle
fudge.
mint of different fudges that we package up and we sell.
Oh,
And then there's another package in there as well.
Very
I'm gonna
nice.
give you
Wow.
All of this.
And a lot more
You
of
know,
the
my-
same right here.
What is it? This
Dad,
is a.
this is coming for you tomorrow
Zero
too.
calories. Zero calories.
This looks like you're giving away a lot of good stuff here.
Oh,
Like this
man.
would be.
Only to the special people.
Thank you.
I'm
See,
gonna
Gary's
try
talking.
that.
He's
Right, sir.
looking at me
There
when
we
he said
go.
that.
And then another bag with the same as well.
All right.
my
Different flavor
goodness.
fudge.
Different flavors of fudge.
Yep.
And
And
then,
then
in the back, we
Good.
brought some. Actually, we brought a bag for the folks here at Pete's Time Out as well.
Oh, great.
some
So the
fudge.
staff will be really
Mhm.
happy for that.
Terry, you see
Uh-huh.
Terry? Look at her. She's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
happy
uh-huh.
over there.
She
she's
smiled.
nodding yes.
So, by the way, the
Oh,
Royal Scoop is next to the Tuckaway
Tuck Away.
Cafe.
Yes.
So that's a dynamic duo right there
Yes.
with
Absolutely.
that setup.
Mm.
Yeah.
Trey's great. Trey and Amy are great people.
Yep.
We interact with them continuously.
Yep.
Super
We
nice.
support each other.
Yep.
And we have grown the relationship incredibly over there.
Yes. Yes.
And we did bring, I can't forget it. I have
Yeah.
ice cream in the back for
Let's
you as
see
well.
it.
Yes.
Break
For
it
the
out.
staff here as
Yeah,
well
go
as for you
Yep.
guys as well. We brought some espresso. We brought some Death by Peanut Butter, some mint chip.
Espresso chocolate
Espresso
ice
chip.
cream.
Yes, sir.
Bohemian
Wow.
raspberry.
Yeah.
Wow, very nice.
Very
What are the
delicious.
hours at the shop?
Yep. So
Here.
all of our stores are 12 to 9,
12 to 9.
Mhm.
7 days a week,
Yes.
362 days a year.
You take
Yep.
Christmas,
Christmas.
New Year's, and Thanksgiving off.
Christmas,
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, and Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Great
Three
idea.
holidays
There
a
you
year.
go.
Christmas,
Gotta watch the
Thanksgiving, and Super
football.
Bowl
All right.
Sunday.
Yep. Yep.
Can I hand
Yep.
this to
Yep.
you?
Yep. Yep.
Dear,
So
you
we're gonna
better
break
slow
out some
down
of our
on the
pints of
eating
ice
because
cream.
you got a race to win tomorrow. So cut the crap.
Whoopsie.
All right. That's like a freezer
good.
bag there.
Yes, sir. And so this is going to be our
Yes, sir.
Bohemian. So we brought some pints for everybody. We have a whole bunch in this bag down
Taste
here.
the ice cream, dear. Dig in.
Bohemian raspberry. You want to taste? All right. Let me get you a spoon.
Oh, look at this. Live on the air. We're going to taste ice cream.
Mhm.
Now, that's a pint of ice cream there. Did you bring me a baseball by any chance?
No baseballs.
Oh,
I'm so
shoot.
sorry. But we do have ice cream.
Bohemian Rhapsody ice cream right there. Very nice.
And
This
what
is our
is it?
number
Yeah, go
3
ahead.
seller. It is a vanilla base, raspberry swirl, cheesecake
That is
bites,
so
and graham
good.
cracker crust. Come on, you got to have some too.
I got to stay true to my word. I will eat it after the race, though. I have to be.
Just a little sample.
What are you going to? No, no. Oh, that's not right.
And so, how long have you guys been married? Maybe a day or two.
Well, that's why I asked you because you guys were 1 year ahead of us, so we're 1 year behind.
Well,
okay.
congrats.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, is
What
that
is
the
that?
coffee
Yeah,
one?
that's the
Oh.
coffee.
This is espresso
Dear,
chip.
Yep.
relax, dear.
That's for Kim.
Nobody's going to steal it on you.
And
Relax.
this is special for you. Anything with coffee, he said.
All right.
All right, let's see what
Let's see
she
what
thinks.
she likes on this one. So it's espresso base with chocolate covered espresso beans.
I love coffee ice cream, and that has got a nice mix. It's so good. It's so, creamy.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
And-
creamy.
And our
what is
cream
our
rate is a
cream rate?
14% cream rate.
Yes.
And with the costs and expenses of creams going up, we did
Yeah.
not change our cream.
Right.
The rate, we did not compromise the quality. We kept it at a high rate, and it's apparently one of the highest in the country, if not the highest in the United States for cream
No,
rates.
I was
14%.
focused on the
Dear, your mouth
eating.
is full.
So
Finish
what's
eating.
in there? What chips are in there?
So that's going to be chocolate covered espresso beans.
Noah says hello.
It's so good.
Hello,
Hello, Noah.
Do you know somebody named Noah?
Yeah.
You'll see Noah down at the beach just about
Yep.
every day. Him
Yep.
and Cesar are kind of a dynamic duo,
Yes.
along with Max, Trevor, Sarah, and Cameron that are down there. So that's a good
Come
group
down
here.
and see them. It's a beautiful day to be on the beach.
Yes.
And get them to ring that bell.
What is
Yeah.
what is THC? Bob says to give me the ice cream with the THC. What is THC? What is that?
We do not have any THC infused ice cream.
That's poison.
The
Isn't it?
CBD store has been talking to us.
You did. Stop playing games. This is a professional outfit here.
Excuse me.
Hmm. All right. Well,
making
I
it
have got to
crazy.
stop. So my blood
Yeah,
my
look
blood
at your-
sugar is not,
There we go.
9,000.
Cheeks are
It's all
blowing
good.
up like a.
We can set it here. We'll
Yep.
set it down here for now.
All right.
There you go.
Did you bring what else you got in there?
Oh,
You
I
got
got
a
a
whole-
bunch.
We got a whole
We have
bunch of
whole bunch
flavors.
We'll give her
for
more.
you.
She won't
All
be
right.
able to
But then
get
she's
in the
gonna
truck
rub it
later.
in your face,
Yeah,
so
right,
we
right,
don't want to do
We've
that.
got Death by Peanut Butter.
Oh, she's got to try that. Yeah, she's
All right,
got to
Death
try
by
that.
Peanut Butter.
We'll try this last Death by Peanut Butter, and then.
By the way, everybody, John King is coming up next, candidate for town council. We got
another
to
King.
check in with
Yeah.
John again. This is Death by Peanut Butter. What do you think,
This
dear?
is a peanut butter base, peanut butter Reese's cups, and peanut butter swirl.
Very, very
And
good.
that's
This
calorie
is our
free.
number.
It's very
yes, sir.
good.
And this is our number one seller out of
Is
over
it?
100 flavors.
Wow.
I gotta say,
How do you
for
make
me,
that?
they're all good, but the espresso bean.
What does that say?
We got
Salted what?
salted caramel crunch.
Here, try that too. You
No,
need to try
no
that.
more.
Yeah.
No more.
Those
I
are little-
see how you're
Trying to
doing
put the
that.
kibosh on her.
That's right.
Those
Yeah.
little baby
Pineapple on
spoons. What do you-
tomorrow.
Steve didn't get anything over there.
Yeah,
He
well,
needs to
we'll
help.
get
we'll
a
take
hook
care of
up.
Steve,
we'll
too,
take
don't
care of
worry.
Steve.
Well, you guys have been awesome, and
That's a great picture.
oh, stop! He's showing us pictures during the
Post
live
it.
show.
Yeah, post that picture.
So everybody should go down to Royal Scoop
Mm-hmm.
on Fort Myers Beach from 12 o'clock until 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
362 days a year, right?
Yep.
Yes.
What are the days we're closed?
Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Super Bowl Sunday.
You
There you
got
go.
it. And that's at all of our stores, including the Gulf Coast stores.
Now, why do you pick Super Bowl
So
Sunday?
you're open New Year's Eve, New Year's Day?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Yes,
Well, that
ma'am.
would
Is that a
be-
big ice cream day?
Yes, ma'am.
I bet it
Because
is.
a lot of people are on vacation that are
Yes.
at our
Mhm.
stores in the locations, and so we need to be open.
Actually,
Yes.
New Year's Eve would probably be the biggest because then you can eat whatever you want. Start your resolution the next day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Go down there and load up.
There
I
you
know
go.
we got to save this.
And
we
we'll
gotta,
make sure that
Alright.
we get some fudge in you guys as well, because our fudge is
Yay.
fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It's an 1800s recipe.
Yep.
That's been
Oh,
going
we're taking
strong.
all this stuff to the race tomorrow.
Outstanding. Give it to the competitors, right?
I'll eat most of it because I'll be at the finish line waiting for the other three to finish.
Yeah, right.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
we'll see. You just sealed your
Very
fate there,
confident.
dear.
I know, right?
Mhm.
All right, Jeff and
Kristen.
and Kristen, thank you so much for coming in, and we'll
Yeah.
see
Thank
you
you
down
for
there.
being
Oh,
patient.
by the
and
way,
thank
do
you
you
for bringing
do
all
you
of
know
this.
when the Tuckaway Cafe will have their craft beer? Do they have a date
I
set
think
yet?
don't they have?
Well, I think they have some.
Okay,
I'm
we will.
not sure. I'm
Okay,
not sure.
we'll
Let me
edit
be
that
safe
part
on-
out.
yeah,
And what a
yeah.
great combination. Beer and ice
ice
cream.
cream.
Beer and ice cream.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with beer and ice cream.
I don't think hop flavored ice cream. I'm wondering how that would go over.
Somebody from the Shell Factory is watching.
Hello, Shell Factory.
The Shell Factory
May
is
Lynn
awesome.
de la Cruz.
Hi,
Hi, May. How are you?
Does she work for you too? These
Julia,
are-
too, and Kaylee.
These are all your
Oh,
employees
nice.
watching.
Yes,
I
yes,
see.
absolutely.
All right. You
The
can
Shell
watch this on
Factory is such
replay
a
now.
cool,
You can see all the
go.
employees.
place.
And you should fire any of the employees that didn't watch the
There
show
you
today because they should have been watching to see how wonderful you guys are.
Very
Lauren.
good.
From
All
last
right.
week.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi,
It's
Lauren.
Lauren's 21st birthday today,
Oh,
actually.
happy
Happy birthday,
Lauren.
Lauren.
No drinks for you.
Right.
Yeah. All right,
All
you
right,
guys.
thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much for
much.
coming on.
And everybody
Big-
make sure you support Beach Talk Radio.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
a great
wow.
program.
Thank
Yes.
We will keep pushing it
Definitely.
on our
That was
site
not
as
a
well.
Yeah.
that was not a paid.
No, that was
I
not
got an
Endorsement.
elbow, but it wasn't
Thank
an
you.
endorsement.
Thank you for buying 2 shirts. Your money will be going
Absolutely.
toward charity, and we
Excellent.
appreciate
Thank you so
that.
much.
Thank you
All
so
the-
much.
All right.
We do have our shirts
Invite-
in,
thank-
folks, and
Thanks,
if you want
Pete's
to,
Time Out.
thank you, and
And-
thank you to Pete's Time
Yeah,
Out.
thank you
Yes.
to Pete's Time Out. Greatly
Yes.
appreciated. Great
Yes.
staff,
Yep.
great people. Please come down and support.
All right, get out of here, Jeff.
Okay,
Enough
we're
of
out.
that.
Bye.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Big hand for the folks from Royal Scoop. They did an awesome job, and they waited around until we got everything working, and we appreciate that. Another guest coming up right after we tell you about our good friends at the Beach Pottery. You know, if you didn't know it, I'm going to pop this picture up here and show you that Alana and the crew at Beach Pottery have a brand new shipment of pots in. They showed it on the Facebook. I'm showing it to you right there. Look at all those beautiful pots. That is a brand new shipment. And you can go down to the Beach Pottery, which is located at 17980 San Carlos Boulevard, or you can call them at 437-4211 and ask them all about these brand new beautiful pots. They are open from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. They also have a cafe with espresso, smoothies, and breakfast sandwiches. And they also have pots, as you know, imported from Vietnam. She purchases them directly from the manufacturers, so they have the best pricing in town. Over an acre of pots, furniture, and artwork at the Beach Pottery, located at 17980 San Carlos Boulevard. And we appreciate them supporting the show. Our final guest of this long day is candidate for Fort Myers Beach Town Council. John King is back. And we like to talk to the candidates as the campaign is moving along. And
So would you like some ice cream?
wow,
And some fudge.
I know.
John, thanks so much to you and your wife for waiting it out. And
Well, in essence, to get us back on schedule, I'll answer all your questions with yes, 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 no,
yeah.
no.
Yes.
I need more information.
So first off, easy question, of course. How is your campaign going? I know it's kind of early still because
It's still very early, but it's been very exciting, a lot of fun. As of May 16th, I got in the signature petitions that I needed. They were verified, so that was one hurdle crossed, saved the campaign $504. I'm always about saving money, and that'll help us buy signs. And then that's why I missed the May 16th town council meeting, because I had to be in downtown Fort Myers at the elections office to file those.
I see.
And then in a little over a month, I've raised $4,000 already just in 5 weeks.
Wow.
And I haven't even asked anybody for any contributions. They've just been
Cool.
coming up, giving me money. So I appreciate
And
that.
you can look at John's Facebook page, which is
Elect John R. King for FMB Town Council, or King #4council.com is the website.
And if you're wondering if it's too long for you to remember, you can always go to our website, beachtalkradionews.com, and on the top is the word candidates and all the links to the candidates pages, if they have them, are on that link there. So if you ever forget and you ever want to donate to any of the candidates, you can do it there. Now,
Thanks
I
for
was
that.
checking out the election page. I do it every day. To see if anyone else is jumping in the race. There are 2 open seats for the Fort Myers Beach Town Council. Right now, there are 4 people running. The 2 open seats are the mayor's seat and the vice mayor's seat. And you're running, Karen Woodson's running, Patrick Ronco's running, and the mayor's running again. And the question I had for you at looking on the page was, every month you have to file for your financial disclosure of how much
Correct.
money you've raised. And when do you need to file for the month of May? Because I noticed it wasn't in there yet.
Doesn't have to be in until the 10th. I'll be
Okay.
filing mine on Monday when I'm down at
Okay.
the council meeting.
So the 10th of every month, we'll know how much money was raised by each candidate that goes toward the
I think
campaign.
it changes in September. There's
maybe the last 3 months, there's 2 months, there's more.
I see.
Or longer period. I don't remember.
And you're up to 4,000 now, and you had 1,500 last month, which was more than anyone else.
I had 2,600 last month.
Oh, I see. Well, the filing said 1,500, but whatever. You're up to 4,000 now, which is nice.
Yeah.
So
let me ask.
Go right ahead.
You were saying that you like to save money. You want to be fiscally responsible. So going forward, what are some of your ideas that you would implement if elected in that regard?
As I put on my Facebook page the other day, and I was overwhelmed with the number of hits I got for something as simple as, if I'm fortunate enough to be elected, I'll try to always keep 2 questions in my mind. How will it benefit the town? How will it benefit the taxpayers?
So the first question I want to ask was what we found out about this past Thursday night, I guess it was, or Thursday, when the governor signed the budget. He has a line item veto power, and he line item vetoed $1 million for Times Square, which the town manager had been bragging about that he had gotten for Fort Myers Beach. And it was going to be used toward the project down here, which is estimated to be a $3.5 million renovation. There's a lot of issues underground that need to be fixed. And then they were going to do some work to make it look nicer with pergolas and different things like that. So what are your thoughts on something springing up like that?
I was disappointed in the veto, but that's his prerogative. So either the town is going to have to relook at the plan and either do some cutbacks or find different funding. To me, it's as simple as that. And I would probably start by looking at some of the cutbacks. I've seen some of the comments on your website or your Facebook page about that some of the things aren't necessarily needed, like the big sale or and maybe bandstand. How many bandstands do we need in this immediate area around here? There's a lot already.
Well, they don't have any now, except for the one that actually the merchants pay for this one on Friday and Saturday night. But eventually they'll have one here, and they'll have the Bayside Park, and they'll have one at Bay Oaks. So all these 3 projects will have a stage, and the town hasn't really said how they're going to manage that, because right now the merchants manage this one down here.
Right.
But how do you think something like that happens to the town? Is it that our state rep, who is Adam Do Nothing Botana, and then we have
gentler.
I know, but
just
I mean, is it his responsibility, or is it this guy that the lobbyist that the town pays $50,000 a year to bring that home, and in order for the town manager to brag about the fact that he got it?
I think it's a combination of both. Obviously, you want your state representative and also your senator involved in those things. They should be key players. And if you're paying a person to lobby and that you've had a fail there, then you need to relook at how much you're spending on a lobbyist and who that lobbyist is. But I think your state, just like on the county level, the town needs to communicate and interact with those people on a regular basis, and it should be a good relationship. We haven't seen a good relationship so far lately with Lee County. I don't know either of the elected representatives at the state level, so I would like to get to know them and try to move things in a positive direction.
Speaking of that relationship, did you see the county, the town meeting when Jim Matterholt was mentioning wanting to have a meeting with the county, and then the mayor telling him he was inexperienced? What was your thought on that whole interaction?
That shouldn't have been done in public, I don't think. If you have a disagreement, I'd say something afterwards, but it just seems like, again, I'll just go back to the fact that there's not a very good relationship history, at least. I think Councilman Adderholt's trying to improve that. I think he's making strides in that area. I think Councilman Allers is also as well. He seems to have a good relationship with Commissioner Sanandele.
Right.
Do you think there needs to be more communication or better communication, or what would be the key to improving the relationship there?
I tell you, when I got involved in my condo association running for the board, I'd only been there owned since November, and by March, I was a candidate, but actually before that, because the March was the election. And one of the key things I figured out by just going to meetings for my condo association is there was a lack of communication and a lack of ownership on who was communicating. So I got on the board became the secretary of that, and immediately started putting out information on a website we have. I put up flyers in the elevator on our bulletin board. I put my name and my contact information there so I can take ownership. You got questions, come to me. I'll get you answers. So it's as simple as that, I think. But
so let's talk about the Estero Boulevard lights. Who do you think should pay for the lighting now that we know that the county isn't going to be giving the beach any more than the 1.4 million, which was supposed to be set aside for the crosswalks? The county was going to do the crosswalks and the county was going to pay for it. And after some people on the town council said they wanted more money, the county said no. And they said, here's your 1.4 million, which they don't have yet, but here's your 1.4 million. Do whatever you want with it. Should it be the residents of the beach? Should it just be left the way it is? Should you raise the taxes to get lights up? What's the answer?
I'm not sure that I would raise taxes or have the town pay for it. I'm not sure that door is actually completely closed to the county as well. I think between Councilman Adderholt and Allers, they might have some behind the scenes things they can do or are doing. But obviously the most expenditure should come from the county. It's a county road. But how can FPL help out as well?
Are you saying that because you know something, or
No,
you just
I don't know
okay?
something. I just
He's speculating.
I've talked to Councilman Allers. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but again, I think he's got a good relationship with the county as well.
Okay.
And
on Monday, one of the reasons you folks should also watch the meeting is the millage rate will come up for the first time for the next budget, and they'll start the discussion on whether they should raise the taxes on the Fort Myers Beach residents. Should they?
I'm going to go with my no answer that I gave you earlier and my brief synopsis, but I'm always willing to listen if there's a good argument for it. But
what is a good argument for raising taxes?
I don't have one. That's why I'm going with no. I think, between the increase in the value of properties already, there's some more money that'll be floating in there for the next fiscal year. You've seen the town have raised the parking rates and the rentals. So there's another over $1 million that was estimated to bring in. So let's go with that and see how that works before we start asking people for more money.
The homeless situation on Fort Myers Beach. Some people think it's bad. Some people say not so bad. Last weekend, there was a fight with two homeless folks down here, and a Plaka employee got involved, and there was arrest made. What's the answer to fixing or helping the homeless situation?
I think increasing the police presence on the beach. As a matter of fact, last Friday night into Saturday morning, we had a gentleman sleeping on one of our benches in our garage area that's underneath our building, the main entrance. Down at the south end of the complete south end at Island's End. He was underneath there. Some people came in late from a flight, got there about 12:30. Thankfully, he was still sleeping and didn't bother them. But by 6 in the morning, he had moved to our front door and was sleeping against that and scared a lady that was coming down to take care of some things. And, I've got a lot of elderly people. I've got some widows in my building. We've turned out a lot of lights for the turtles, and now it's becoming a safety issue. So I think we need to find a happy medium between sea turtle lights and human safety issues. And then I don't want people sleeping on my benches, because for that very reason, I don't know how they're going to react anymore.
Right.
I'm okay with handling myself.
Sure.
I'm a big guy.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
last week, the way it happened was somebody, one of the homeless guys, pulled the Plaka employee by the hair out into the Times Square area, and that's how that whole situation. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes folks are like, we ran into somebody a couple weekends ago, maybe it was last weekend, that was asleep underneath the bridge, but he seemed totally harmless. We went up and gave him some water. He seemed very nice. And then you just never know when somebody's going to turn violent. And they have every right to sleep where they want to sleep. It's not against the law.
Well, on private property.
True. Yeah, on the beach is what I meant. So let's talk about by the way, everybody, we have 40 nests now, 40 nests. We're 38 yesterday. As of this morning, Turtle Time has let us know there are now 40 nests on Fort Myers Beach. That doesn't compare to what goes on in Sanibel, but that's still
I'm wondering how this
going pretty good.
Storm,
right?
If this had any
I don't know if the people at Lee
Impact.
County saw that Lynn Hall Park was underwater today from that storm. We have pictures of the park and the beach. Sand was sucked out today, and that wasn't even a major hurricane. So we got some pictures to post from that later on.
Fingers crossed that all the nests are good.
Yeah. So let's talk about the tint, the window tint for a minute, because that will come up on Monday in Monday's meeting.
The second reading.
The second reading of the
ordinance.
The ordinance, which will roll back to 45%
for existing buildings.
And that's really the issue that got you springboarded into running for office. One of the big issues, because they passed a 15% window tint, and you live in a condo that if you have to change them all, you have to pay that extra expense and deal with all that. So do you think it's going to pass for the second time on Monday? And
I wouldn't expect it not to, but you never know until it happens.
Right.
So it'll be good to see. And I think there was a great compromise that Councilman Adderholt and Councilman Allers came up with. Stay with the 15% on the new construction, because you know what you're getting when you're buying that.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's the problem with putting 15% in? Why not do it?
It was too expensive, for one. There's a limited product. It takes forever. I said it, I think the last council meeting I was at the beginning of May. I've still got a gentleman in my complex that went with the 15%, how much extra it cost him, and he ordered them back in September and still has no product yet.
Wow.
It seemed like Councilman Veach and Chad were saying that they had different information that countered what you were saying about the cost and all that.
I'm not sure where they got their information.
Okay. And so that'll come up Monday, and then you won't have to worry about it until further notice. Right there. I have to be honest with you. I was a little shocked at the amount of lighting that's left on the beach. I mean, all the way up and down the beach, people violate that ordinance every single night. And it's not just a window that forgets to turn a light out. Sometimes there's spotlights, and they're
You mean outside lights?
Yeah, outside lights shielded? Facing the beach. Mm-hmm. There was one building that left it on, and I felt like every resident in that building should just go out with a shotgun and kill all the turtles, because it was just crazy the amount of light that was coming off that one building. It was like they were shining on purpose to try and brighten up the nest. I mean, how I know you guys have been educating these folks for years, like decades. How does that happen?
I think it's not just residents, though. I mean, it's when,
we've
met with some visitors down here that were completely unaware of the whole, they were shocked about having to, things closing down at 9 and shutting off their light. They didn't understand. So I think you're constantly educating visitors and vacationers to the island. And I don't know, it would be interesting to know what percentage of violations go to, vacation places.
Well,
or
the building
residents.
gets it, right? You don't even have the luxury they might try and spot which window it's from, but the building's going to get it.
We'll actually probably work with Chad and try to identify which units are the violators.
Yeah. I mean, how else are you going to fix it otherwise if you don't know who's violating it?
For the last two turtle seasons where I've been involved with the condo association, I've put up flyers everywhere telling people, we need you to comply with this. And I sign it off before my name with, the fine you save may be your own.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Now, I noticed a lot more violations were written. Have you heard of any actual monetary fines given yet?
I haven't heard anything on anything, actually. I know Chad came down to our end. He looked at one of our security lights, which is on a timer, a motion detector, and but he didn't take the picture from the beach, so I was confused by that. And that's where it gets into the safety issue for me. Also, it seemed to be under the building in our garage area. Again, we have one light on there, and that's where the homeless guy was sleeping.
I see. So
let me just ask, in your building, and you may or may not know, what percentage is not full-time residents, but residents, and what percentage gets rented out for vacation?
I don't know the exact percent. The last time I checked, and this was during high season, I think it was like 15% was rented. We have monthly rentals, so it makes it a little easier to control since you see those people on a longer basis.
Right.
So you do get to know the people, and so we can have a little more better interaction with them. So
when you watch a town council meeting or attend a town council meeting, how do you think you're going to make it any better? What do you see that's going on there that you're going to bring that's going to change it or make it better or make it different?
Yes.
All right. Tell them how.
I think I want to listen, and I want to talk to the people that have come up and spoken to the council. I want to know who they are. Did they get an answer during the public comment section? You get 3 minutes, but nobody really does anything during that 3 minutes.
So you're going to change the procedure. You would like the procedure to be changed so there's more interaction.
Information on that sheet.
Yeah.
So I can contact them afterwards. I mean, that's how we got involved with the sea turtle glass thing, was just bringing a bunch of condo associations down and using that 3-minute comment period.
Right.
I think the council was impressed by that. And so obviously realized there was a problem. Now I think coming up Monday, some of the businesses that have business on the beach with their jet skis and things like that are going to be there to get that issue addressed. It's come up before, but they obviously haven't got an answer to it. So it shouldn't.
All right. So other than the communication back and forth with the public speakers, how else would you like to see the government improve, being that you'd be one of 5 plus the town manager running? Well, the town manager runs it based on the way this is set up, but.
Well, I think it might be time to look at finding a new town manager, because this one doesn't seem to communicate. We saw in the lighting issue that you talked about on Estero Boulevard, how many people did we have that were consultants? That what did we get up to, like 6?
They
depending
say,
on who you talk to.
Yeah,
and one of them was what, a convicted
he
felon?
He was actually a felon who got convicted of bribing a public official in, I think it was somewhere in Miami. Okay, so anything else you want to touch on there? So you're in favor of a new town manager. You think there needs to be change?
The time has come. I haven't been impressed with what I've seen. I'll go back to what he said when he got the job, or he was applying for the job. He said that he'd bring everybody together and that he would be willing to communicate with everybody. And yet, obviously, he hasn't brought everybody together. A tough task anyway. But I haven't seen the communication there either.
If you are elected one of the 2 seats, who would you like to see be the mayor after November?
I think Councilman Adderholt would be a good candidate for that. And I also have a strong belief in Councilman Allers. So
gotcha.
I could be behind either one of those.
So community policing, that got shot down last year. Is that a good question, dear?
That is a good question. Well,
our first bell of the day. You don't need to give me compliments, though. It's usually the guests that do.
Well, I just think the community policing, I mean, all of the topics benefit everybody, but the community policing really for visitors and that, I mean, that's
and for
safety
anyone
is
that
the number one thing.
Right. For anyone that doesn't know, community policing is that the Fort Myers Beach would get 2 or 4, whatever the council voted. It's about $120,000 per when it's all in with the salary and the benefits and all that. Right. And they would be the 2 regular same people that are on the beach, or a 4 regular, and that's in addition to the busy times when Lee County sends folks down here because they know it's going to be busy. And it got voted down 3-2 by this council. So your input on that is, how would you vote?
I would vote in favor of it. I think I'd have more people involved than cameras. You can use the cameras, but I don't find cameras to be that strong of a deterrent. They're usually mostly used after the fact.
Mm-hmm, right.
But what's disappointed me so far is the fact that coming up on the 9th is a deadline that the town and the county could be involved in with getting federal funds to help support adding police officers.
Oh, I didn't know that. Where is this? What's this about?
It's called CHP. It's a federal program. You have to have it in by the 9th. The application would have to come from Sheriff Mercino's group, but that deflects 75% of the cost back to the feds, and you only have to pick up 25% of that. That could be a split between the county and the town. It could be all county. It could be all town, but that would save a lot of money and I think be fiscally responsible.
So do you think the town is ready for its own police force like Sanibel?
I'm not sure that we're there yet. That's a lot. That is a lot of money, a lot of full-time money. I'm not sure we're there to have ownership of the main boulevard, Estero Boulevard.
You're not sure what?
I'm not sure we're there to own that either.
Yeah, I think that if you went to Lee County tomorrow and had enough votes, they would give it to you for $1 or less. I mean, if you owned Estero Boulevard, aren't you taking over all the responsibility and the liability? And then you can put your lights up, but you also the maintenance and all that. So that'll be interesting to see if that continues after November. I'm reading some questions that people sent in. Dune walkover. If that came up for a vote on the first town council meeting that you were elected to, would you vote to give Eddie and Kurt a special exception?
As I understand the issue right now, yes. I know Councilman Adderholt, when he was on your show, talked about, he knew the other side, and the other side hasn't presented their side yet. So I don't know that side. But I just find it ironic in talking to Eddie that if he's willing to let public access have it, he can have his Dune walkover. But yet,
well, you mean the town said, right? The town said if you make it available to the entire public, and he just wants it for his neighborhood, which is like 9 or 10 houses. I might have the number wrong there.
That tells me a lot there, that it's almost like a personal vendetta.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it got to that point at some point. But so you would vote, give him the special exception, and this whole thing. Go ahead.
No, when you think about that, though, I don't know if there's a lot of public that would use that.
Even if they
down there, because
you have to know it was there.
Well, and where are you going to park to get access?
Well, people have a tendency to park in our lots.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. It wouldn't be as bad, though, as it is down here in Times Square with these huge crowds.
No. But I understand where Eddie's coming from.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't want the liability of that. Yeah, no.
Right there.
Not that. I would not want that.
So there seems to be a lot of discussion about bicycles too on Fort Myers Beach, and a lot of the times there's always going to be an issue with a lot of traffic, and the bicycles riding from Times Square to like Red Coconut, because there's really not a bike lane. And the town council has been talking about maybe trying to, even though it's not followed here, you got to get off your bike here and walk it. Do you see any way to enforce any bicycle rules on Fort Myers Beach?
You can, but I got a feeling it's going to be a low priority for those that enforce it.
Right.
I'm going to be learning a lot more about that, because my plan is to get one of those 3-wheeler bikes, put my signs on it, and pedal up and down across the island. And
3-wheeler bikes. What is that? Motorized? It's going to be motorized?
Old, No.
How old are you?
I'm 64 now.
I see. But, well, that's not too old. I mean, the president's 83 or something.
The body's kind of falling apart.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I grew really quickly. And
you want some fudge?
So you're gonna
no, but thank you.
You're gonna use that as part of your
name recognition and a good fitness program.
There you go.
Try and lose some weight.
Now wait.
Get looking like this right
That's
there.
right.
Give me some 6-packs.
We don't talk about weight on this show.
So are there any other strategies you're gonna use possibly in your arsenal of campaign strategies?
Going door to door a lot, and I'll be taking my lovely wife, because that's the biggest asset I've got right there.
Are you trying to set him up for something, or it seems like you're?
I helped him out this morning.
Oh yes, dog treats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
dog
maybe
treats.
Bubbles for kids.
There you go.
Oh no, that's creepy.
Well,
you don't want to
if
do
you
that.
have kids,
the dog
you have
treats.
dogs.
I'll have
The
my
dog-
wife give them.
Okay, yeah, your wife.
That'll
Yeah,
be
that's
a lot
better.
less creepy.
So yeah, for sure.
Oh, thank you.
What other issues that are going to be in your campaign that you might want to discuss right now that we didn't bring up?
As I've said before, I would like to hold monthly meetings, maybe at the library, maybe at a different location, maybe at my community room on our association. We've got plenty of parking where people could come, listen to what they have to say, let them know what's been going on at the council. If they haven't been watching the meetings or being able to attend, this is what's going on. Let me know what you think. What else do you need? How can I be that person for you?
How much money you think you need to raise for a campaign like this?
No idea.
Yeah.
I thought I was impressed with 4,000.
Yeah, I mean,
but in this day and age, it doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
Lawn signs.
Signs, right? I mean, that's really what.
But those only come out 30 days before.
Right. There's a rule for that. Yeah.
We'll be taking part in the 4th of July parade, so we'll be having our signs on a vehicle there.
Cool.
How much is the flyover? Like with a plane with a sign behind it.
Boy, a banner? Yeah, I'm not sure.
How many do you know? I don't mean to put you on the spot. I don't know the answer to this either. You know how many total voters, like how many people on the beach are allowed to vote, registered voters?
Well, you had to get a percent of the registered voters to sign your petitions, and that was 49. So I'm thinking maybe 4,900.
So you need
under 5,000.
2,500 votes ish. Well, who knows what the number is when there are 4 candidates running for 2 spots? How many how many you would need. Now, everybody knows
I
that
might have
Bay
to
Beach,
excuse myself.
Bay Beach actually elects people because they seem to have a huge number of voters in that area. What are you doing to get in front of them?
Well, I've already talked to the head of that association, the EBIA, Jim Domreyes, I believe is his name, and they're looking at having a forum in October. Told him I'd be happy to participate, and if you needed anything from me beforehand, to let me know. I'd be willing to do whatever it takes.
Do you have any other questions for John?
No,
What are
but
you
if you're
doing?
going to excuse me for a minute, because you
doing?
got such a late start, I don't
You
want
gotta
to get a
park.
ticket.
I see. You got to
And
go feed the
everything
meter.
is registered under my name.
Go right
and
ahead.
So
You feed the meter, and
that's
I'll
been a
finish up
problem.
with John here, and then we'll tell the frog story because that is a funny story. So, John, tell people that are watching why they should vote for you.
Because I'm a man of my word and get things done. When I came into the condo complex to run for that board, I told them what I was going to do, and people now come to me with their issues. I get it either done quickly, or we'll tell them why I can't get it done and get back to them quickly so they know what to expect. But that's what you can expect from me. Listening board, a man of action, and somebody that will get back to you, somebody you can hold responsible, and somebody that will hold others responsible as well.
And you think the next, the top three issues facing Fort Myers Beach are what?
Obviously, the lighting on the Estero Boulevard. Sea turtles is going to be an ongoing issue, but keeping the community moving forward while not raising taxes.
Right. So as of today, you're against raising taxes. You're in favor of the dune walkover.
Yep.
And you're not really sure, as most people are, how the Estero Boulevard lights will be paid for. And you're also in favor of community policing.
Yep.
Anything else?
Thanks for having me on.
John King, everybody, tell everybody again how they can find your donate page, really, because that's one of the most
easiest way
important
is
things.
king4council.com, and it'll have a link on there to my Facebook page as well. A little more about me, pictures, and ways to contact me.
Great. Well, John, good luck. Thanks for coming back on. I appreciate you and your wife waiting it out until we got everything figured out here, and we hope to have you back many times before November.
Appreciate it. Anytime.
All right. Good luck. John King, everybody, running for Fort Myers Beach Town Council. Thanks a lot, and have a great weekend, John. All right. All right, Steve, before we wrap things up, why don't you come on over and sit in for Kim before I have to tell this story because it was I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm not happy that she's not here to hear me tell this story. But how are you doing? You're only down for the weekend. And how's the new condo doing? I know you bought a condo at Lover's Key. How's it going?
Yeah, I really didn't want to do it, but her wife really was enthusiastic about it.
I'm surprised you're not divorced now. After saving all that money, you went ahead and spent it on a condo. What were you thinking?
Listening to our investment, professional, and
told you need a condo.
Finally, after 2 years doing what he recommended that we do.
Did he get a little piece of that action of the condo sale?
No.
So you're at Lover's Key. You have a condo at
Lover's Key Resort, and our first condo purchase, and we'll rent it out.
And what are you going to rent it for? What do you think it'll rent for?
The agent says the going rate right now is about $150 a night, more in the winter.
$150 a night. That's not bad.
No, not too bad.
So I got to tell you this story. Like our garbage gets picked up on Friday mornings, and you have to have it out by 6 o'clock. It's kind of still dark at 6 o'clock. So I like to get up early every morning, get the garbage out by 5 o'clock. So
you're up about 2 a.m.
At 2:52. I get up at 2:52 because I have to go to the bathroom. I have to make the coffee, and then I have to be ready to work I let the dog out. I have to be ready to work by 3 o'clock. But on Fridays, I take the garbage out at 5. And in most garages in a house, you got to go in the back because it's closed off in the back behind the garage. And as I'm walking toward the garbage cans, I take one of the garbage cans out, put it out. We have a lot of garbage. Now they put the garbage and the recyclables, you take them all out on the same day. Whereas last month, you had the recyclables and the tree trash on Thursday and then the garbage on Friday. So now it's all in one day. And so I take one of the cans out, the recyclable can. I go back to the garbage. Well, as I'm taking the recyclable can out, I see one of those tree frogs right outside.
Yeah, because it was so wet.
It's wet. It's dark. And so the tree frog now gets into the garage. So I'm like, all right, it's a tree frog. When I first moved down here, I saw a black snake, and I was so frightened by it. I got a rake out, and I started beating the crap out of it, and I cut it into 50 pieces.
You're going to hear about that.
And then now I just hang, and now we hang out together with the snakes. They're in the backyard. They're in the garage. I don't bother them
the
anymore.
snake people are going to be all over you.
Yeah, well, I know now that the snakes eat the rats, and I didn't know that. When you first moved down here, I'm afraid of everything. Did I ever tell you about the time I woke up in the shower and there was a live bat in my shower? That's another day. So now the frog's in the garage. So I go back. The frog was on the floor in the garage, Steve, on the floor.
Yeah.
In the garage. So I go back to the area to get this second garbage can. And as I'm walking back, the frog's up here and jumps right on my face. Like all of a sudden, the frog was super frog. Like it had wings this big, and it just covered my entire face. I have my phone in my pocket. Now I got this frog on my face, and at the time I had no idea what the hell happened. So I'm screaming and I'm like a little girl now, screaming. I'm trying to get the thing off my face. And those tree frogs are like suction cups.
They got suction cups, but I think he was attracted to your cleanly shaven.
No, it was
cheeks.
before I shaved the beard.
Oh, okay.
And so now the thing's right across my face, and it's stuck to my face. And of course, the thing is probably peeing in my beard. And
you're
going to
get worse.
And it was just, I'm scared like a little baby because I had no idea what jumped on my face. I'm going like that and making that exact noise. I was. My phone went flying in the rain.
Was it making a screeching noise?
No, I was making a screeching noise. I could hear the frog giggling at me is what I heard. So that was my fun. But tomorrow we're going to be in Naples. We're going to be doing our little duathlon race in Naples.
And Jim Adderholt and Brenda will be there?
Jim and Brenda. You see, I'm doing the duathlon because I hate the water, but Kim and Brenda and Jim are going to be doing the actual triathlon. It's a reverse. So the run is first, the bike is second, and then the swim is last, a quarter-mile swim. And the duathlon is a run, a 5K, 9-mile bike, which is nothing, and then a 1-mile run. And so that'll be fun tomorrow.
I heard that that alligator they saw along the front of Fort Myers Beach they spotted was swimming south toward Naples.
Is that right?
So maybe it's down there.
Oh, you idiot! I get it now. Oh, she's at the week before the race. There's an alligator in the water. Then all those stingrays, and the girl that we had on last weekend, Lauren was her name, Swaim. She was telling us off the show how many sharks are actually out there that people don't know about.
Oh,
so
like everywhere.
So that's why I don't go in the water. I don't go in the water because
they don't hurt you.
But anyway, so Steve, thanks for sitting in. Hopefully you'll get some chocolate and fudge. Thanks to John for coming on. Thanks to the folks from Royal Scoop for coming on. And I know you're only down here for a week. So when are you back? In October, November?
Probably third week of September.
All right. Steve Duello, everybody's favorite beach person right there. A big hand. Oh, look at your fans out there giving you a hand. All right, everybody, before we let you go, am I doing this myself? It's been long enough. Yeah. I told the frog story. Yeah, it was brutal. We'll be back next week. By the way, if you remember our friend, the judge from Naples, who was on after he wrote that book, we were outside in Times Square when the judge came on.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's coming back on next week because he wrote a new book. So he's going to be on next week. And we also have somebody from Sanibel to talk about community housing. So next week will be all filled with fun. Workforce housing. Work with a fork housing. And we'll see you all. We're going to go down, pick up our race packets from Naples today. And we'll be checking in from Naples tomorrow during the race to let everyone know how it's going. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to make sure that everybody knows you didn't get eaten by a shark.
Stop
Bye.
Bye.